Hi guys, we're here with another edition of your Local Lowdown. I'm Mandy Christensen with the White House Area Chamber of Commerce, and my colleague is
Morgan Holloway.
Yeah, so we're here to talk about some of the things that are going on around town and answer some of your questions from previous episodes. So Morgan, what are we going to start with?
All right, we have a new ice cream joint that's coming to town, and they are almost here. Let's learn more about it.
We do. So Witt's Frozen Custard is coming right across the street from us here at the Chamber. That could be dangerous.
Very.
But fortunately, it's on the walking trail too. So if we do go there, we can also hit the trail and you know make a lap.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
They are hoping to be open by the last Friday in April or the very first part of May. So it will not be long before we'll have some fresh frozen custard.
Yeah, speaking of new businesses,
yes,
we know Wawa's is coming in, but when?
Yeah, so a project like that takes a long time. The last date we heard was 2027, so we're kind of sticking with that. We haven't heard anything new or different, but we'll keep you posted.
All right. Next week, we have a big candidate forum coming up for a big election. Tell us more about that one.
Yeah, so this is a county candidate forum where we're really focusing on our county candidates because there's a May 2nd primary. A lot of our Sumner County candidates are uncontested, so a lot of our incumbents are just going to roll right back into office. But in Robertson County, there is a contested mayor's race. So you'll be able to join us. That's Tuesday, March 17th for the candidate forum. It's a luncheon at 11:30 a.m. The public is welcome to attend. Morgan will post some links. So join us.
Yes. And I don't know who I'm voting for yet quite on every single line item. So this is definitely something I'm really interested in to hear what our candidates are up to, what they stand for, and know who I'm going to vote for.
Yes, and we are even accepting questions. The Robertson County mayoral candidates will have a question and answer period. It's not a debate, so they won't be going back and forth. There won't be a winner, nothing like that. But we are going to ask at least 3 or 4 questions that are pressing issues that our community has designated that we would like to hear how they're going to handle those.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one.
Yeah.
All right, and speaking of voting, there's a new app, or I don't know if it's necessarily
It's not new. They have had it for a while.
Yeah.
Secretary of State Trey Hargett, they do a great job with all things voting, and they have an app called Go Vote TN, I believe it's Go Vote TN. It's in the App Store for Androids and Apple. You can download that app. If you're not registered to vote, you can register to vote. You can check your status, and then it will give you updates on all of the elections that are coming up in this cycle, which is a really heavy election cycle. So we'll have May, August, and November.
Yeah, and if you don't want to download the app, I will have the link below. Yeah. And you can click on that and check all that out as well.
Yeah, because you can also visit the Secretary of State's website to check all of that. But if you get the app, it will help you with polling locations and give you some push notifications reminding you to get out and vote. And we actually are doing a voter registration drive with White House High School. So we registered about 50 or 60 high school seniors last week to register to vote. My son was one of them. He actually got his voter registration card this week. So he's almost an adult. But if they are going to be 18 by an election day, they can go ahead and register to vote.
All right, so we had some questions about the new park, Byrum Park. Since we mentioned it last week, some people wanted to know where is it going to be.
Yes.
So it is going to be on the corner of North Palmer's Chapel Road and Fern Valley. So it's a 104-acre park. It's a parcel of land that the city has purchased, and it's designated for park land.
Yes. There will be no development, no housing. It is strictly parkland, and it's going to be amazing.
It is. Lots of new things planned. A lot of people heard us talking about the pool that is on the agenda to be put in there. They wanted to know if it's going to be a lap pool.
They had
if it's
a lot
gonna
of
be
suggestions.
Heated. Yeah. I mean, wouldn't it be a dream for the pool to be heated?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yes.
I
think that's kind of a pipe dream, though.
Probably
I think that's really pushing it. But it would be amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
The best way to get your voice out there and heard when the Parks Department does their surveys and they want your opinions, give them. Yeah. That's the only way they know what the city wants to have in their park system.
Right.
So,
And a lot of times they send out digital surveys, and they won't do this until they are closer to starting that project. Right. But they've done digital surveys. They've held in-person meetings with boards and choices and things like that. So make sure, all of you people that have all of these fantastic ideas, if you're a resident of the city of White House, that you pay attention and you make sure your voice is heard. Just like in the voting, make sure your voice is heard so the Leisure Services Board and the Board of Mayor and Aldermen can hear what you want to see at your park.
Otherwise, they'll just put in whatever they think people want. Yeah. So get your voice heard. All right. So we've talked about the pool. We've talked about voter registration. Splash pad.
Yeah, we hear about that a lot.
Oh, yeah. That was a hot topic.
It is.
So, or is it a cool topic? Cool you down?
It's both. Yeah. So, and of course, I think Monday's supposed to be like 35 degrees. So people will forget about the splash pad for a little while. Yeah. But it won't be long before that weather is back up and warm and the kids are dying to get to the splash pad. So tell us what you know.
So, you can tell your kids that the splash pad does not open until May. Now, in May, it will just be open on the weekends until Memorial Day weekend. Then Memorial Day, it goes to the normal summer schedule, which will be Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., except on Wednesdays, closed on Wednesdays, and that is for like cleaning, maintenance, etc.
Right.
Then on Sundays, it will be open from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., and that runs until Labor Day. On Labor Day, it goes, and I cannot talk today. It will only be open on the weekends until September 27th.
Yes. Yeah. And we'll update you with this probably 100 more times and on social media.
Yes.
And make sure that you know about it. The reason it opens a little bit later on Sunday is out of respect for our neighbors at White House Church of Christ. And so we'll have lots of great things happening. We're super excited because our Music Under the Stars series is moving back to the amphitheater. So that means kids will be able to play at the splash pad for a little while the concert's happening. We'll have bounce houses and food trucks. Our first show is May 29th. I don't know if that's before or after Labor Day, so we may have to see if the splash pad's going to actually...
Memorial Day.
Yeah, Memorial Day.
One of those
days. So we'll keep you posted on that as well.
All right. Yeah. Okay, let's talk road closures. Yeah. This is a touchy subject.
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely some traffic and some congestion. Everybody's aware of that. All of our officials are aware of that. Union Road, we had a question asked about when's that going to reopen. Well, it's not going to reopen in the way that it was before.
Right.
So they are very aware of it. They are working on solutions. But a lot of these things are not quick. So they have to work out different scenarios. One scenario is to possibly reopen it, make it a right in and a right out. That's a possibility, but they haven't made any decisions yet, and it's probably going to be just a little while before anything else happens on that.
Right. Not only with Union Road, but we also had a question about the traffic light at Cross Plains and New Hall Road.
Yeah.
Is there going to be one put in?
Well, so that's not the city's domain, so to speak. So that is county domain. TDOT has said that it does not qualify for a traffic light at the present time. Part of it is the way the intersection is aligned. So it is not on the project list right now. We kind of agree that there does need to be some things done out there, but it's not the city's problem, but it is the city's problem because, it's our residents, people coming in and out of the city. So not that they're ignoring it, but there's not really a whole lot that they can do about it right now.
Right. All right. Freddy's and Aldi's, those have been mentioned every week in the comments. We want Freddy's, we want Aldi's, we don't want to have to go to Bowling Green or Hendersonville.
Yeah, I agree. We want those things too.
Do we have any updates?
No updates really. We did speak to Freddy's last year when we were at a recruiting event in May. We'll speak to them again this May when we're out there because we have a couple parcels that are perfect for them. There's one parcel that we think is perfect for them that we know is under contract, but we have no idea who has that contract. So, maybe not. We are going to try to find out what's going on with that piece of land so that we can report to you guys. And then, of course, like I said, in May, we will track down the people from Freddy's and have a conversation and meeting with them about why White House would be a great place for them to land.
Yeah. All right. So, Wawa. behind where Wawa's is going to be.
Yeah.
There's like lots of pipe, and at one point we had reported that it's gas pipeline storage, but I think maybe we misunderstood a little bit. Tell us a little bit more about that.
So it is a storage yard for Duke Energy, who is doing a natural gas project in our area. So it's a temporary storage lot for those pipes that they will be putting in, not at that location, but in our community.
Right. So we originally had said
Yeah.
that they were putting them in at that location. What they meant was just storing it on top of the ground so they can.
Correct. Yeah, they
It's
were
like a
just doing
staging area.
some excavating and dirt work to make it accessible. And so right now, like Morgan said, it's a staging area. Those pipes will be there and they'll be transported to the different project sites for Duke Energy.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
good news.
Yep.
All right. Chairman's celebration. That
Yes.
is coming up really quick.
It is. Yes, that is March 26th. That is one of our biggest events to recognize our investors and sponsors, and also the volunteers that serve the chamber. So we recognize our outgoing chairman of the board. We induct our new chairman of the board. But it is a super fun event at the barn at Spring Lake Farms this year because America is turning 250 years old. We are doing an all-American chairman celebration. So think elevated backyard picnics, sundresses, boots, denim, lots and lots of fun. We have a silent auction and a live auction, and all the proceeds from that go to fund our educator grants, which will be opening soon, and our No Filter program, which is a girls program for middle school through high school girls. So to date, for educator grants, we've given away about $30,000. So we want to keep our teachers and the classrooms up to date, and we don't want those teachers dipping into their pockets. So we are accepting auction items for that because we want to raise all the money that we can to pour it back into the community.
Yeah, and all kinds of auction items. If you are a maker and you want to donate a basket, or
gift
you
card.
own an Airbnb and you want to give us a week or even just a couple days.
Yeah. So we
Anything
have
like
some
that.
exciting
We
trips.
do.
We have a 1-week stay at an exclusive resort in Mexico. We have a 3-night stay at a cabin in Sevierville. So we have some really fun experiences. I know that we are getting a luxury spa and wellness basket, along with a lot of gift cards and other things. So if you have something you would like to showcase, let us know. We'll take it off your hands and we'll sell it to raise money for our educator.
And we will promote you.
That's right. We certainly will.
All right. Well, I think that pretty much wraps it up for this week.
I think so. If you've got questions that we didn't answer or new questions that are just burning, put them in the comments below. We'll work on getting you some answers, and then we'll see you next week.
All right. Bye.